Stillness and blessing. Stillness and abundance. Love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to one and all. You know, as I was sitting here, because I'm working with a limited continuum as far as time concerned, that I was rushing, preparing, just to say something today, because I'm led to. I was observing how every day has its storm, even if it's not thundering and raining. Every day has its storm. And though every day has its storm, it's up to each and every one of us, regardless of what type of storm we may face, to find a way to find the sun shining in it. So I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. As for myself, I'm feeling good for no reason at all. I am your host and co-pilot, Sabu the God, operating in the truest, authentic version of my higher self, authentically me. I welcome you presenting yourself from that same space, and feeling good for no reason at all while you're doing it, because it's a choice. Let me see what I got here for us today. If you're an old soul, you're probably feeling like, and I know some people who are feeling what I'm about to describe, but if you're an old soul, you're probably feeling very challenged, like nothing ain't working for you or working out. Probably depressive type energy, anxiety or anxious type energy, edgy, aggravated, irritable. But let me just let you know, man, that ain't you. It's just energy that you feeling. And the reason why this is so important, because the devil, the ego, the lower self, whatever you want to call it, man, is trying to trick people out their glory. It's trying to actually trick people out their light at a time where a lot of people are really doing okay in life. A lot of people are really, because it's not about things. So on the strength of that, a lot of people are doing okay with whatever you do have. But for some reason, the mind playing these type of tricks on us to where it's like it ain't enough. Like you can't be grateful for what you don't went through and work for to have what we do have, and that's something that needs to be acknowledged and recognized and uprooted, because to see the hand of God work in your life, sometimes you got to realize that the hand of God work through your hand. People want abundance, but what do you resource? People want prosperity, but do you help the sources prosper that help you prosper? We give our energy into places that don't source us back, and then when problems come, we don't know why these problems are coming. That's all. That's this. I don't even know where that came from, but somebody needed to hear it. We're being challenged as humanity, and we're being challenged as individuals. Life is finding a way, however it has to get us into a pure place of being and less contaminated, because we really some contaminated beings, man. We drag a lot of shit along our life with us, year after year after year, and in this energy field called Ascension, you can't well, none of us can carry that garbage no more. None of us can carry that lower vibratory energy no more. We in a field of energy in this present point in time where you gotta move from a space of the energy that we in, not from old, not based off old concepts, beliefs, patterns, attitudes, and and actions. Everything must be from the energy of the space that we presently in, or we're gonna find problems occur. We're gonna see chaos occur. You know, we're gonna see fallouts. We're gonna see breakups. We're gonna see arguments. You're gonna see everything that we're trying to rise above occur. And for some of us, it's necessary. Um, Pardon me for a minute. We're gonna pause for a minute. What? But as I was saying, we are being challenged to not only recognize and claim our divine given attributes or qualities, we're being called to integrate them and activate them in our day-to-day life activities. You know, we got to activate them on ourselves, and we got to be able to activate them on others. Once you can activate them on yourself, you ain't gonna have no problem activating them on yourself. And this is why I encourage people, especially in my people who I interact with on a personal level, to speak life over your life. It's not easy because most of us haven't been programmed to speak life over our life. 9 times out of 10, we're speaking negativity or something associated in that realm. But it's now we're in a space where you have to speak life over your own life. As my mom used to say, you know, I ain't gonna be here forever, so you're gonna have to learn how to pray for yourself. And to me, that means speaking life over your own life, because we don't been trained to easily accept sickness, to easily accept being broke, to easily accept feeling broken, and not only being broke, but being broken, being sad, being in sorrow, being depressed. We've been programmed to easily accept that, to the point that when people get in them places, you feel okay sitting there. And I'm here to say that it's not okay. That's not how the God spark operates, or what it operates off of. Feel good for no reason at all. That's why it's a signature of energy. Feel good for no reason at all. It's not just a saying. It's not just a motto. It's a signature of energy. Because if you do it, I guarantee you it will work. And people will come to you asking you, man, what you got going on with you? Why you always happy? Why you always vibrant? You know, why you always positive? You know, you got to, cause it takes work to get yourself in that space, and the more you do it, the more it will work for you. Spirituality and personal development. What does it mean to you? And what don't it mean to you? Because to some people, it don't mean nothing to them at all. Some people don't come on here to learn and try to evolve and expand from anything I have to say. They just come on here to gang stalk and see what's out we're doing. That's okay too. You know, everything is being returned to its sender. So if you put out good gonna come back to you, and anybody that mean you foul or negative, energetically or otherwise, that energy is being returned to its sender. All you have to do is be in the highest place that you can be for your well-being and the well-being of all involved. And you will be in a shield of protection, I bet you. If you're an old soul, you've been a lot of people to a lot of people. The only contrast or the only difference may be is that you don't know it, or you just realize it. And for those that know it, it don't take for me to explain how God moves and what God is in relation to us. But for those who just realizing what God is and how God moves, or how God moves and what God is in relation to us, then I salute you. The journey has just begun. Living as a fully conscious being, living as a fully conscious person, persona, human, man, living as a fully conscious being, don't mean everything gonna be gravy. Don't mean everything gonna be sweet. I don't know what make some people think that. I don't know what would allow some people to think that spiritual people or more advanced spiritual people don't go through their share of hardships. We wouldn't, if we didn't have our share of hardships, we wouldn't be able to be the sources that we are to the people that we be a source to. And this is why I be telling people to source your resources, because when they cut their energy off from you, a lot of times we see that it wasn't us after all. It was certain people who we had in our lives that was a bridge for that divine essence of energetic energy to flow into your life. Living as a fully conscious being don't mean everything will be great because you're fully conscious. On the contrary, it means you have to face light and dark on this dimension and others to find a way not to be contaminated by each experience that you have to face on this third dimension of reality, and then be able to transmute, and then through that process be able to transmute yourself and transform yourself from water to wine, or transform your soul to gold. That's the journey. The transmutation from water to wine is the transmutation of your soul from gross matter into gold, into gold, base metal to precious metal, to precious gem. So since we woke and aware of what we know and who we are and what we am in the I am that I am, we also aware that 10 don't work at 20. 20 don't work at 30. Walk with me. 30 don't work at 40. And anybody over that should be in a position to teach us something. Like I'm sitting here teaching us something. My point is, if anybody got the picture, then that's a good thing, because that means you're mature. Because 10 don't work at 20, and 20 don't work at 30, and 30 definitely don't work at 40. If you're not maturing, if you're not evolving, if you're not expanding, man, ain't too many people probably trying to be around you or have too much to do with you outside of how it's going to benefit them. Let me be the first one to poke a needle in that bubble if you think otherwise. It's called growing up. It's called growing up. When I was a child, I did things as a child. But once I became an adult, I put childish things away. I don't care how big our bodies get. We gotta expand our minds. It's many so-called grown folks still operating at a childish mentality, because we didn't raise up our inner child as we was growing up. We ain't raised the inner child up with us. We left the inner child behind. So now as an adult, we got adults acting like children. When children know how to be better adults than the grown-ups that we interact with. Now ain't that something? But as I said before, the children here to show us everything that we miss. So pay attention. Don't forget to raise up your inner child, which, at least this time, new mind, new timeline. new timeline, new life. You gotta get in memo. Mind, idea, manifestation. Because it's happening all the time. We create our own reality. With that, feel good for no reason at all. Remain true and authentic to the high frequency of yourself. Stay on your spiritual bath. Stay on your sage. You know, keep the gems charged up and protected up. And don't think negative if you won't see negative. I love y'all. Peace.